They called Ada a witch, a convenient excuse to cast her out and keep what little Chuka had left. Desperate, Ada turned to her own family, only to be met with a truth colder than any rejection. You were adopted, they told her, their voices devoid of warmth. We don't want you anymore. The words were like a final door slamming shut, leaving them on the unforgiving streets. Survival became a daily hustle. Zuri, small for her age but with a spirit forged in hardship, became a street hawker. She weaved through the chaotic Lagos traffic, a blur of motion dodging cars, selling bags of pure water. Her mother, her belly swelling with new life, sat by the roadside, selling peppers. They held onto a fragile dream, carefully tucking away crumpled naira notes. The dream was simple: a room to call their own, a roof over their heads, and for Zuri to go back to school. One bright Saturday, the kind of day that usually brought good sales, their world shattered completely. As Ada crossed a busy junction, her tray of red peppers balanced perfectly, a reckless driver swerved to beat the traffic. There was a sickening thud. Ada was thrown to the asphalt like a broken doll. She lay there, bleeding, her peppers scattered across the road like drops of blood, her eyes fluttering, barely conscious. Two kind men, strangers moved by the horrific scene, helped a frantic Zuri get her mother into a taxi. They sped to the nearest hospital, a grand building with the name Beardsley Hospital etched above its entrance. Zuri, her small heart pounding against her ribs, ran to the reception desk. Please, she begged, tears streaming down her face. This is all I have. Just start the treatment. I will find the rest. I promise. The nurse's eyes were like chips of ice. No deposit, no treatment. It's hospital policy. This is not a charity. Her words were a wall Zuri couldn't climb. Zuri turned to the people in the waiting room, her voice cracking as she pleaded for help. Please, anyone. My mother is dying. She was met with averted gazes, pitying frowns, and empty prayers. No one offered a single naira. She's blocking the corridor. You can't leave her here. The finality in her voice was like a death sentence. Zuri felt a despair so deep it threatened to swallow her whole. Her mother was going to die on the cold floor of a hospital corridor because they were poor. At that exact moment, a tall, authoritative man in a crisp white coat walked into the chaotic scene. His presence commanded immediate silence. Zuri recognized him instantly from billboards all over the city. It was Dr. Joseph, the billionaire CEO of Beardsley Hospital. In a last, desperate surge of hope, Zuri ran to him, grabbing the hem of his coat. Please, sir, help my mother, she sobbed, her words tumbling out. They say I have to pay, but I don't have anything. She's pregnant. Please don't let her die. Dr. Joe looked from Zuri's tear-streaked face to the cold expression of his nurse, then to Ada, lying pale and still. A flicker of something unreadable crossed his face. He raised a hand, and the nurse and guard fell silent. Then, he did something no one expected. He knelt down, bringing himself to Zuri's level. His voice, when he spoke, was calm but carried an unmistakable authority that cut through the tension. Take this woman to the emergency room. Now, he looked directly at the nurse. Call your best surgeon. Get him here immediately. This woman will not die because of paperwork. A wave of relief so powerful it made Zuri's knees weak washed over her. She watched, her breath caught in her throat, as a team of medics swiftly moved her mother onto a gurney and rushed her towards the operating theater. She turned back to Dr. Joe, her small voice choked with emotion. Thank you, sir. Thank you. As Dr. Joe watched the stretcher disappear down the hall, his sharp eyes caught a small detail. A tiny crescent-shaped birthmark on Ada's hand as it slipped from the side of the gurney. He froze. His own hand, tucked in his pocket, bore the exact same mark. An old painful memory surged through him, as vivid as if it were yesterday. He was a small boy, and his mother was crying, telling him about the twin sister he never knew. A baby girl stolen from her arms in a crowded market when they were just 2 years old. The only thing she remembered was a tiny crescent birthmark on the baby's hand. His heart began to pound. Could it be? After all these years, he turned back to the small girl standing beside him, her face a mixture of fear and hope. What's your name? He asked gently. Zuri, she whispered. And your mother's name? Ada. Dr. Joe listened intently, as Zuri, prompted by his kindness, tearfully recounted their story, the rejection by her father's family, and then the shocking revelation from her mother's own family that she had been adopted. The pieces began to click into place, forming a picture that seemed too incredible to be real, yet too coincidental to ignore. He knew what he had to do. He made a quick call to his hospital's lab, requesting an urgent DNA test for familial relation. Then, he strode towards the operating room.